And there we go. So welcome to the stream. Tonight's the Tuesday evening, and we are going to try out the new F1 Manager game right here on the P1 Media channel. And I'm really excited for the game, and I hope it doesn't suck, because we all know how it is with modern games. Sometimes they are a little bit shaky, especially at the beginning if there are no patches out yet. I haven't tried out the game. I kept myself mostly in the dark. I've seen some pictures of the early trailers, which made me worry, to be honest. But then after the first, I seen some of the gameplay, and I was okay. That looks quite good, to be honest. I haven't seen anything apart from a few seconds of gameplay and the first trailers. I just loaded into the game to the main menu and just made the basic settings, like disabling the licensed music, for example, because obviously if we're streaming, we don't want to do that. Guten Abend, Danny. Welcome. I stick to English tonight, so I hope you don't mind, but I think we still can have a lot of fun. So let's just go right in. Well, nice bit, a little bit of hype package here, commentated by Crofty. That's something I have to say. Formula One did really well in the last years. Yeah, it just tells me about the teams. Especially after Liberty Media took over, I think the online presence and everything about the Formula One, like it became, with my friends, we always compare it a little bit to wrestling, WWE, where it's just like this, the most American thing. It's like over the top, action packed, and then they put some of that type of hyping the sport into Formula One with Liberty Media, and I really liked it, because let's be honest, Formula One was really behind the time in the last years of the Ecclestone era. Like, there was no online presence, no live streaming whatsoever. I mean, live streaming situation in Germany sucks right now, because you actually can't get the F1 TV live stream. Yeah, it's stupid, I know, but that's the way. So we have to pick a team. And I was hoping to make our own team, but it doesn't seem like there's an option for that. Yeah, that's just like the information. Okay. Well, obviously we're not gonna take Mercedes. We're gonna take one of the lower teams to build ourselves up. That's what you do in a manager game. Usually, that's the most fun. So that's also, what's the options here? Oh, that's just the settings I already did. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Mercedes returned, I know. Yeah, well, basically, I was thinking about Aston Martin. As basically, yeah, they should have a good starting balance, so we are not that limited in the things we can do. We have a lot of money to do some things, so it's really, I think, a good team to start for a new game, where you don't really know what is important and what is not important for the car and for the development and everything. Obviously, something like Williams, Alpha, or Haas would be yeah, they have low balance, low budget. So I think that would be tough. Same as Sauber, same as Haas. Okay, what's with Alpha Tauri? They have a medium, which might be gameplay-wise the one thing I'm maybe looking forward to. That's what I want. It's not too easy, and they are not that strong. Podium contender, long-term objective with a 6th season objective. So basically we want to be the best of the rest. Yeah, the difference between those cars are not that big. Yeah, I might pick Alpha Tauri here. Gasly and Tsunoda. Challenge Red Bull in the long run. But I think Verstappen probably will be impossible to beat. I think I decided. We're gonna go with Alpha Tauri. And obviously, I'm gonna play myself. First time guidance. Do I want to enable the first time guidance? Like, I think that's not a bad idea. But to be honest, I played enough manager games in my life where I feel comfortable just to experience it on my own. And I don't really care about some help. On the other side, sometimes in those first time guidances, there are really some gameplay features explained where you don't necessarily get it right away if you don't get it explained to you. Ah, come. Extra challenge. Yeah, I'm sure. Let me just double check. Yeah, I don't need guidance. I'm smart enough myself. Yes, why was I excited for this game? Basically, the last official F1-Manager game was by EA Sports in the year 2000. It was about the 99 season, so it's over 20 years. And of course, we had like Motorsport Manager, we had like some shitty games in between. But Motorsport Manager was really good, but I think it was lacking in depth. At some point, after 3 or 4 seasons, you basically saw everything, and that's something which is always a concern of myself when we have like manager games like Formula One, but usually it's the football manager. How the game develops over the years, because that's basically where if you play a game like this and as a manager, that's what you're looking forward to. Like, you build up in this example, we build up Alpha Tauri, and then in like 3 or 4 seasons, we are right there fighting for the championship. And it's very, like, you want to have still a believable game. Like, you don't want to have like Verstappen at Williams driving for the last place. Some unrealistic stuff happened like this, because that can really ruin your game, and it can also take away from the achievement if you don't think the AI teams are doing, like, if you think they are doing stupid things, then your own achievement is kind of, yeah, it comes down with that as well. I was never asked about like a difficulty setting, so that's always something I like. Usually developers only like turn up the AI gets like 10% more money, and that's basically their way of doing it, to making it more harder for you. It's not something I really like. I rather fight against a clever AI, or it looks like it is clever, basically a good AI, and rather than they just having like plus 10% money and can just spend more, and that way they are faster. Yes. So first of all, we still have like, I'm just gonna give it a basic save here for the first time before something happens. We still have the same basic settings. Okay, so we can directly get into the game, and I think that's like basically your home screen. Usually I want to check my inbox first, but I already see something like aerodynamic testing starts. So that's something, for example, which was really missing in Motorsport Manager, was the pre-season aspect of which is a very important aspect in Formula One, far more important than in football. You have your transfer windows, and you buy and sell players, of course, but for a Formula One team, it's a much more condensed a task to do between seasons, build up the new car, and of course make it ready for the first race. We have some sponsorship obligations, so let's just see what's in our inbox, and it's basically our team manager just welcoming us, so yeah, don't care about that. So what says it? It says aerodynamic testing period starts, and we have like a button, so let's just click on it. Okay, so we start our car development. That's something I was not thinking they would do. I would have thought they just okay, research for the next season. Yeah, okay. So you have your car basically for the first season. You have your car. That's like you can't really change that. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. So it's design and manufacturing. Obviously, first you have to design something new. But before we can design something, I think we should find out what what parts on our car are not that good, so we can develop the stuff we needed soon first. Okay, that's like back there. What's in the calendar? It just tells us the stuff. Okay, that's pretty nice. Obviously, circuits. Do we get some? Okay, we get some information which are important for us. It's like drag abrasiveness. That's basically an indicator if we should use more or less tires. Also, we have the chosen tire compounds here, so we are running the hardest compound in the first race. So even with a high abrasiveness, maybe a one-stop is doable. Historic safety car chance, so that's something we might, like I'm instantly, when I see those numbers, to split the strategy, which we probably will do anyway. Pit lane time lost 25 seconds, so it's a little bit on the higher side here. And it's already in 11 days, so I don't think we will get much new parts. Okay, race preparation, circuit info. Yeah, we just talked about that. Performance targets. Every race weekend, your sponsors will say, okay. Okay, that's... I review my targets. Do I have all of them? I guess so. Guarantee slot. Finish position streak. Yeah, just that looks fine, to be honest. It's also like not that much money. Hot streak. That's streak targets. Okay, so that's our targets. Yeah, I reviewed them, obviously. Driver overview. The first thing, obviously, we want to check is how long their remaining contracts are, and it seems like they are both running out at the end of the season. Gasly is rated 84, and Tsunoda is rated 77. So let's check out Gasly here. Okay, we have like a big pool of skills. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. Adaptability is a little bit bad. Defending, 71. Where's he good at braking and cornering? Reactions, ability to respond to events. Okay, so it's basically like cornering and braking. Those are your two main your two main talents for pure pace. He has still average growth potential. What's with Yuki? He has like high aggression, but also average growth potential. Lawson, average growth potential. So it doesn't sound too good for all of them. But he has a 3-year contract with us. Okay. So I don't care about reserve driver, but we have to look after maybe new drivers in the running of the season. And that's something which also Motorsport Manager didn't very well. Yeah, that was a mess. The driver transfers. So I'm just taking... We don't have to worry about that right away. It's like after 5 to 10 races we can look after our drivers. Let's see what's going on. If you have a driver which is on form and he's really delivering, you obviously want... Maybe you want to extend the contract, especially Gasly, but also Tsunoda as a second driver. I don't think they will earn too much money, which is also of course very important for us. So yeah, that's drivers and car builds. And we have to fit our cars again with parts. I hope it's a little bit there's a little bit of quality of life improvement. That was basically the thing how it was done in the 90s. Um, there were multiple F1-Manager games in the 90s, and that's basically how it was done. You had like your wings and your internal parts. You're missing the brakes here, but usually you have your like your internal parts and your external parts, and they got worn out, and you had to build new one, and it was not very fun in the 90s to manage that. It was just you had to do it. After a while, you knew what was best, and you just did it every race, like just out of your head without thinking. Just change the cars, build it up, and send them out in the condition you want. That's important for us. Car analysis. So let's just take maybe Alpine right here and compare a little bit. So we're definitely losing to them in the middle and high speed corners. A little bit better in low speed. Dirty air, they're much better in dirty air. Much better brake cooling looks tough, 3% difference. But it tells me it's crucial for circuit, recommended for circuit. Well, it doesn't change much usually. Okay, I don't think we can do anything with our engines. How can I get new engines? I think I can't. I shouldn't be able to, let's say it like this, because obviously we getting Red Bull's engines, and they're basically just so we have like 3 engines for everybody. Like that's the new stupid regulations there are. Yeah, I don't like this. So we don't get like a developed engine. So we have like our 3 engines from the beginning. 2 ERS systems. 4 gearboxes. But unlimited parts in aerodynamics. That's like also, which doesn't really make sense. Okay, we have 4 of them. So basically 6 of them, 4 of them. It depends. Between 4 and 6 parts. Okay, research locked until research locked, really? How familiar driver a specific part, the higher the part knowledge, the better their performance. Okay. Now we were bad in medium speed and high speed compared to the Alpine. Low speed was okay. So might want to go straight to the underbody or the rear wing. Well, that just doesn't do anything to the medium corner and high cornering speed. I think front wing is more important for low speed. Or it's I don't know, to be honest. Also brake cooling. Let's do the underfloor. That's just an important part. Should be okay. So let's design a new one. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry for the slow start. Obviously, we have to like really get the information here. Before we do that, let's check our financial stuff and everything else before we start developing. So can I buy things here? No, I can't. I cannot buy. That's just what I have left. But obviously I can manufacture more aerodynamics. Okay, that's that. So let's look after the stuff. Technical chief, head of aerodynamics. Okay. Usually that's how you build up your team. You want to get the best engineers. Obviously, they build your cars. And just like the drivers, they have the ratings. Um, we have like low to mid 70s. So what are like the best on the market? Like there are one with 90. Diego Tondi. Are they real people? Like I know obviously the ones in the teams they are the real guys, but are those guys real aerodynamic experts? Oh, it says like here Mercedes. Yeah. So yeah, he's a real guy obviously then. This person is not interested. Who's interested? You? Well, he would be interested. Just take away Alpine's, but he's like 82 and ours like 79. Which one is not that great? Technical chief. Like there's a free agent. Do we like immediately fire this guy? Jody Agenden? Yeah, obviously, like that's what a higher rating means, greater bonus to all card part attributes when designing a new wing or whatever you do. And he's like 71. And what did he have? 78. Like with the best ones having just over 80. I think that's a good transfer. That's like a good one. Let's give him a contract. 1 season. I don't think there will be much better on the calendar next year, so let's give him 2 seasons immediately. Do I see somewhere how open is he to the salary? It's like, just give me like a smiley face or something. Like I have no idea how much he wants. I don't think. I mean, he has no contract, so there you go, 1 million, and you get a starting bonus of 25k. So it costs us 1.5 million, but I think he's a big upgrade. So let's offer him that contract. Okay, I guess this is okay, but I think you can do better. The salary isn't high enough for me. I'm happy with this. So I can newly, okay, that's good. And he's not still open to negotiation. So let's just go whatever, 1.3. Like that's cool. Like the thing is, how much is he costing me? Okay, he's like 1.8. So I'm okay. So let's try 2.3 then. Let's find. Can I write? No, obviously not. That's like the console curse. So 2.3. Let's just try this one. You still don't want to do it? Okay, let's just check our finances and come back to that. But I think I really want to do this. Finances, season balance. Well, there's a projected balance. So we have a projection of 140 million. What? Prize money received based on your constructor championship finish last season, 46. So even if we are doing bad, we will hopefully do like 30, which gives us still like 100 million plus. I mean, that's really not a lot of money allocated to car development. Also, isn't there like the financial limit this year? That would be interesting because in the past you always in every manager game you just get too impossible to beat you after a while, and something like that could really like balance things out over a long time. Well, anyway, we have loads of money according to this data here. Like it says we get board. What are board payments? Money received from the board. Ah, okay, yeah, that's the FIA money basically. Like we're not spending anything. Like staff okay. Okay. Yeah, monthly balance. 5 millions. That's like our what we're currently having. 5 millions per month. Ah, okay, here's the cost cap spending. Cost cap limit spending or anything impacts car performance. The only time that you may break the cost, but if they need to make an emergency purchase. So there's a cost cap. 141,200. And we have a projection of 37. So that's like what I said. We have 100 million. Okay, so that's gonna be a little bit harder then. The sponsor events you're committed to completing. Yeah, race hospitality, something like this you want to do at like Monaco. I don't think, or maybe that will have something to do with it. Driver appearance, yeah, I don't. Here, Yuki. Where do I need to do this? I have just do it somewhere else, I guess. Also, I'm a little bit missing the. Oh no, that's not FIA. Board money is the board of Alpha, basically Red Bull, basically Dietrich Mateschitz. So, but can I like look out for new sponsoring? Like, is it just you have to do like this and? Yeah, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Board confidence. Yeah. I guess nothing has changed here. Well, we can take a look after some races. Rules and regulations. So there are regulation changes. That's obviously very important. So you need to develop new stuff. Yeah, don't care about standings for the moment. So we have a lot of money. Now usually I'm holding back with facilities to get a feeling for the money flow before committing to a high investment. So, but it basically tells us we get 5 million plus currently. So we have a little bit over. Car development. Okay, it's just a simple level system, which is fine for me. You don't really need anything else. It costs upkeep, and obviously if I want to upgrade, it's quite expensive with 10 millions. But in all honesty, it's like 10 millions to upgrade. And there's like 3 here, 3 here. Are they more expensive? A little bit more. But let's say it's a little bit, it's like 11 million for the middle one. So 3, that's like 10, that's like 110 million. And that's another 10, 220 million. Okay, those are cheaper. And yeah, that's not really weather center, something you might wanna. invest in, especially for 1.5 mil. Predict rainfalls better on race weekend. Plus 60% forecast accuracy. Yeah, I'm gonna give that. It's like a little bit of an extra thing, but let's be honest, it will be useful right away, hopefully. Let's get the allows driver sharpen the skills when not on cert. Don't really care about all of this, but I want to give them an upgrade because the staff, they are very important. And now let's instantly like at least get one upgrade here. Maybe the wind tunnel. Or CFD simulator. Let's just invest in a new wind tunnel. And that's first things done with facility management. So now back to staff. I want to get the other guy. T Chung. He wasn't okay with 2.3, but let's write 2.8. And yes. So that looks good. Did he take it? Contract accepted. Okay, very well, because his patience was running low, so that was good. Okay, so do I have him right now? If this contract proposal is candid, are you sure? No. How do I accept the contract now? Ah, here, hire. Got it. Yup. Yes. Welcome, Mr. Zhang, Mr. T. I don't know how you say it with the Chinese guys. To Alpha Tauri. Well, that looks fine for Alpha Tauri. Like especially if some categories they only go to over 80. Race engineer is not as important. I think as long as we ourselves make some good decisions in the race, yeah, we get a little bit less feedback. Pit crew management. Yeah, it's like not high on my list. Okay, engineering team, we are full. And we need a new design center. Okay. Which cost me 350,000. But I think this... Ah, that's the design center here. Okay. I mean, it is level 3, so let's just stick with that. Scouting, like I said, I really don't care for scouts, usually. I mean, for the drivers, you know in real life who is good and who is not. And as long as you just get the number, what's the point of scouting? So okay, obviously if you're looking especially for someone who has like a high, whatever, cooling rating, obviously then it makes sense, but give me just a good guy and I make it work. Pit crew, training focus. Balanced front and rear checks. I mean, it looks okay. It's basically even, but also wing adjustment is the lowest, which I don't care about because that's not something. Well, I guess in modern Formula 1 they mostly do it, but it's not 100% while everything else is like 100%. Can I give them more money? No. Okay. So the only thing can I do everything? I can just do this. It's a little bit on the lighter side with all the extra stuff so far. Like a lot of information, but not very much to do. How's the game compared to Motorsport Manager 2? There is a Motorsport Manager 2 only for mobile, I think. I think for PC there's only one. I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, I just missed a. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I'm basically at teams where I don't care about scouting. Like I said, I'm really inclined to build up the design center to buy more engineers, to hire more engineers. Also gives me one in project capacity, but it doesn't give me. It just gives me project capacity. I don't know how much I can develop with the money yet. I have no idea. So let's just stick with two. Um, let's just stick with two, and then we're gonna develop a new underfloor. How long? Like that's something. How long you want to spend here? Like I don't understand why I'm not just because they are like that's correct. We can only spend a limited amount of times. Testing is done in blocks known as aerodynamic test restrictions periods. Like okay, each ATR period limits how many hours a team can spend on aerodynamic testing. It's like Sven is gone already. I don't know about Motorsport Manager. I can tell you that. I think, uh, but to give you an answer still, compared to Motorsport Manager 1 PC version, so far it looks about the same depth, a little bit different. I like this one more, especially the whole development stuff was really not good in Motorsport Manager. And we get next ATR period. So we each ATR period limits how many hours. Okay, so I have a limit for 56 days. I can spend 5.7 hours basically. So let's just see. That gives me a little bit of everything, but low first. Show car 2 performance. One. Yeah, we have the same parts. That's also something. We have to build 2 of everything, obviously. 56 days. Where do I see? How long do they need to develop the... Yeah, there's my completion date. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so it takes me 75 days to complete. And in 56 days there is more stuff to develop. Yeah, let's see the simulation. So far I like the menu a little bit more. Also the gameplay so far is better. But it's like I'm 40 minutes in. I'm just setting up for my first race. It seems very light, but the important stuff is there. Let's see how when it comes to racing, setting up the cars and stuff, how it's uh, what were the decisions by the developers. I don't really know just yet. Um, so I'm thinking about um, like for example, now we have like 56 days for the current ATR period. So let's just develop like 2 or 3 parts in that time and spend hours accordingly. So spend the hours accordingly to yeah, to get 3 really good parts and instead of like 5 really shitty parts, because you obviously have to manufacture them. It's all costing money, so you really don't want to build too many good parts. And currently with our, we can, I think we have 2 simultaneous designs. So why just, if we have like 75 days, like obviously we are more than on like a big up. Yeah, so we have updates not so often, but then hopefully like big ones, which really makes us faster. Okay, let's just do that. And for the first big upgrade, now let me just check one thing. So for the, it doesn't really matter how much hours we spend here, because it's really not that much. It just gives us the thing here, the new ratings, so to say, and then we have like 75 days, and that does not change. So let's see if other parts, are like slower or, okay, so new chassis 30 days. So that shows you how big the underfloor is. Front wing is 50 days. The chassis 30. It's like, I would have thought that would be, I know the chassis, that's the main part. Developing a new one of that, which is better, shouldn't take this easy. So front and rear wing 50, side pods 40, underfloor we know 75, and suspension 25. So here's the deal. Do we want to have, like, to be honest, we shouldn't be too bad at the beginning. It's not like we're Williams or Haas. I don't think that's the thing. But the Haas wasn't rated very good just by the numbers in the game. So I think we should be fine at the beginning part of the season with what we have. So I really want to go for the underflow. Spend like a lot of amount of hours. Like maybe 2/3 of our totals. And get that running, and then maybe have like 2 smaller projects for like front and rear wing in the remaining 2 periods, and then the remaining 1/3 of the ATR period, which then at least gets started. We have 56 days, so if we do either the suspension side pods, which are 40 and 25 days, we can start the last project in our ATR period, and then we have to wait until something gets ready anyway. I mean, that sounds like a plan. So do I want to really nerd out here? I'm not sure. What I'm thinking about actually is to look how what I have a calculator here, so let's just do this. So basically 5557. That's like what we get for 0 here. So let's spend everything. And that gives us a different, to be honest, let's just do 5.6. You will see in a moment why I do this. So 0.67. Why is the difference one bigger? When or what am I? I'm sorry. What? It's 6.8. I wasn't looking. Okay, 6.7. So 0.67 difference. And 5.6 divided by 2 is 2.8. And if I put this number 1 in, we should get, if it is linear, we should get exactly the half 0.33, so it's linear. So there's not like any advantage of spending over a certain amount, it seems like. So it's straight up linear. If you spend 50%, you get 50% of the extra performance. So I don't really care about drag reduction as much as I care about downforce, and the CFD hours mostly seem to benefit the drag reduction stuff. Although wind tunnel, like, here's the thing, it's not that beneficial at all to pump a high number in here. It's only for drag reduction and airflow sensibility. We have bad rating here with only 41. I think I want to spend a lot of time of the CFD, like 3.5 maybe, but not much wind tunnel hours. Just like give them 3 days in the tunnel, just to confirm what we found out. That looks good. Okay. We can give us design focus here. We want high speed performance. Okay, like I said, I don't care about, and that's really cool. Like, don't care too much about low speed. We are not too bad there, but we wanna really gonna build up the high and medium speed corner. And that's where I can. What's just if I just do this? Why is that a stupid idea? Because it's a focus. Yeah, it's a focus. So if you push everything, this is the same as everything to the left. Okay. So let's just like do it like this, I guess. Something like this seems fine. It's like 1 million, shouldn't be a problem. We have 11 million in cash. Oh, and I can speed it up. We have 6 engineers and 9 available. Maximum of 6 on this one. Sounds good. Approach rushed, intense. Intense will put extra hours to optimize the design. And it costs more. Yeah, I don't care. Let's go. Oh, it costs a lot more to be intense. It's like 3 million for the new underbody. But yeah, it's just a big gamble here. 61 days. Let's go. Okay, and secondly, suspension side pods, even chassis. What does engine cooling? This gives us brake cooling, which I think is not too good. So let's spend like half of them and half of them. Okay, drag reduction. It's suspension. We're gonna go with high airflow, high cooling focus. Yeah, that's really a big upgrade here. Not so much in terms of cornering, but a little bit like this. Yep, that looks good. And that's also cheap. So you're gonna go work 4 and you're gonna do this. So that means I'm also faster finished. But yeah, you're gonna do the intense work here. It's only 300k. I don't think we have to manufacture. Still, we have a lot of spares. Okay. So let's see if we can just go a little bit forward. I think there's still stuff. Well, I did everything I wanted to do pre-race. The car's developing. Yeah, I'm not gonna fire a driver at the beginning of the season. The stuff looks fine. Facilities are okay. Board stuff, yeah, that's all looks fine. So let's just check out aerodynamic testing period starts. Ah, okay, now I get it. Now I get it what that means. Okay. What's the next pre-season testing results? Oh, so okay, I said it might not be lacking at this things as Motorsport Manager did, because there were really no preseason stuff to do. A sponsorship obligation. Like, I cannot click anything here, so don't know how to start those obligations. Yeah, I really don't know. I think we should just continue here. Okay, we have a message. Allow me to introduce, blah blah blah. Yes, we have a new crew member. Sponsor obligations. Just really to join the team a little too late to negotiate our sponsor obligations. Okay, you can negotiate the obligations. Okay. Sponsorship is a big source of income. Blah blah blah. And we have a kickoff party. Yeah, of course, we do the kickoff party. Can I do something about this now? This obligation is necessary to secure sponsorship. Event cannot be removed, but it can be negotiated. Ah, okay. Number of race days 20. So for 20 race days, the pit crew's performance will decrease on each race day that the team hosts sponsors. Oh wow, that's... What? Yuki has only 5 media appearances and... Oh, fuck them, man. Oh man, those sponsors. They won my drivers and they're not getting better a week after that. Oh, that's... Well, I guess I have to select something like this before the first race. So, Bahrain testing results. We know we are car stands behind the team. I've attached a report. Yeah, I hope your numbers before weren't that wrong. No current projects. But research was like not allowed. Where did I see the research? Here. Yeah, that's for the next year. That's for next year. No, that's the same numbers. Yeah, that's the same numbers. Okay. Yep. Blah blah blah. Check circuit info to the plan strategy. We already did that. Check the sponsor for performance targets. It's like I never really understand it. I mean, you do the best you can, and even the sponsor is like happy with that or not. It's like not. You barely change the strategy because of that. I don't think you ever did. I ever did it. Check that our car builds are using your best car designs. Yeah, we haven't designed anything new yet, so there's nothing to do. So let's go to race prep, and it tells us. Yeah, I think we can reach Q2. Reach Q3 is no, not reach Q3. Reach Q2. I think that's okay. Race targets, I don't give race targets and I don't give streaks. But qualifying, I think Q2 is a realistic target. Driver overview, yeah, I can give them points. Gaining enough experience, okay. Inspire your stuff with a display of team's history. Attractiveness and how much is this? Let's just build this. Come on. So stuff gets a little bit happy, then I'm happy as well. That's okay, race preparation. And the cars are built. Obviously, yeah, there's nothing to build. We also didn't get anything like new parts. At least we did not get a message. So first race after an hour of gameplay, and let's see how many races. Maybe I hoped I could do today. Let's see how long this takes, because usually the races are a little bit longer than, for example, like in Football Manager. Yeah, I'm skipping this. We all know Bahrain, and obviously we're not expecting any rain, and we are now in P1. Okay. Now, what can I tell them here? That's basically... Can click here. I can give them the compounds. Like, I don't understand. Do I give him like one compound for the whole... Prepare the driver's car and strategy. Okay, so it's a little bit more detailed. It's just what he has on the car at the beginning. We only have one heart here. Yeah, but we have to find out. So we give Gasly the heart. Find out basically how long you can drive on that, but we do this in the second session. So you both start on yellows. We basically have the stuff fitted. Now here's the thing. Okay, that's basically right out of Motorsport Manager, where they give you the ranges and the driver gives a feedback, and you can revert to the highest confidence. Like, that's great. So let's just try to... I don't think it's necessarily like... necessary to like, for example, that's a very aggressive setup for the front wing. Like, front wing is, according to this range, much higher than the rear wing. And I don't think the numbers really matter. It's more like what the driver setup confidence number in the end says. That's basically, I think, what they will mostly use. Although obviously oversteer, at least braking, stability, cornering, traction, straights, that's something like you can really simulate. Rear wing, previous highest confidence. That's okay. The thing is, I want to now put those numbers on the second car with one click, and I don't see it right now. Yeah, that's really missing. So let's just copy that. 7, 5, 11 to 8. 7, 5, 11 to 8. 3, 15, 0, 45. Okay. You're gonna run for 10 and you're gonna run for 20 laps. Aggressive attack, standard, light, and it tells you what it actually does. Yeah, you're gonna on balanced. ERS is neutral, deploy, defend, overtake, harvest, neutral. It's just practice. Okay. Car 1 ready, car 2 ready. Manage, simulate to qualifying. Okay, you can choose. I want to try it out. I'd rather have like one race tonight, like complete. I actually want to manage the practice session. Yep. Okay, they have like the original voices. At least Yuki's was of obviously. So we have track acclimatization, car parts knowledge, runs, setup confidence, send out and reconfigure, which gives me this stuff. Okay, we have how long? An hour. Strategy view, data view. Okay. How can here is my. Well, that's clever. What's the fastest it goes? 16. Okay. So I guess let's just send him out. Yeah, first outing of the season. Yeah, I don't care. Go out both of them. And yeah, let them just run basically for the 10 and 20 laps. Let's see how our tires are doing. Let's see how our lap times are going. Can really do it times 8 or times 16. And you can like watch a replay. Okay, that's cool. Like that's really cool with the real voices. Like, come on, that's like you can't say anything about that. That's really cool. If they have a big pool of phrases they can say. Let's see. So yeah, but obviously the parts in qualifying which we are now in practice, usually they are a little bit like they're not as um exciting to watch. Obviously, I'm just gonna like basically get the cars done. Several cars involved. Ah, Ah, we have some extra things here. Car condition, okay. That's our call timings. Okay, that's more like for qualifying then. Can I tell them stuff? Like, can I tell them to attack? Don't fight teammate, hold back carbs behind, okay. Ah, okay, here, that's what I was. Anyway, you need to refuel. Okay, call car in, yes. Gasly in P5 actually, but obviously we didn't do a lot of fuel. So good, good, good. Brake traction is bad. Let's do something like this. Okay, run plan, and now I immediately miss the information how long the session is still going on. So let's give him 25 laps on the hardest compound. For me, it's okay. Like, I have to say, that's really cool. Where's Tsunoda? He's like in P12. He's not that far off. Like, I don't know what programs. Maybe they are running in like conserve mode because it's just practice. Send Gasly out, obviously. Now, lap history of Yuki. What are his lap times? Now, he's still getting faster. So the mediums are definitely good for like 20 laps. How many laps are there? Moin moin. Cedric. Now, obviously you're gonna just finish those tires. Setup wise, he says the traction is bad also. So let's just put this right over there. More like this. And just run another 10 laps. We don't have that much time left on the clock here. So let's see where we will finish. I also want to know how much tire Gasly is using. Looks like quite a lot. 36 once. So the hard tire doesn't look too bad, to be honest. One-stop strategy, definitely workable. So I'm sorry, Yuki, if you like it or not, but you probably gonna go on a one-stop. First you're gonna have 5 more minutes. Yeah, that's something they could add. like if you change the configuration, you immediately get like a button which is like send out afterwards. So you change the configuration, you click send out, it's like just a little checkbox. And right after they change the setup and everything, oh, what? That's not good. Failure 84, like in the last moments of practice. Well, I'm very happy with P7. Gasly, I think that's the best we can do in first season, realistically. And who got the... No one got a grid penalty. Okay, Yuki, like 6/10 is a little bit much, but he didn't get as much laps. And Gasly with a big performance bonus. Total boost this driver gains from track acclimatization, car parts noise, and setup confidence. And they gain like, oh, that's really cool. Yep, that's really cool. And that gives you a big incentive to really do the practice sessions. Because let's be honest here, the practice sessions in Motorsport Manager, they were pretty boring after the third time. I did all the same. Like the only thing I really missing is let me copy the setup. But also I don't know if there's a lot of this guy was returned. Like I have so many soft tires, I definitely need this one. Like this tire allocation is just too much soft tires, man. Okay, let's go with soft. It says optimal here, but bad in traction. So let's just like really push this down. And you're gonna try 15 laps, and Yuki will run 20 laps to find out how long we can run the softs. You will do 20 laps. And let's go. Manage, obviously. Confirm. Yes, let's go. So what I want to know is right now, basically, is those lap times they are gonna drive. They will get worse with the red tires, obviously. And what we want to see is basically if the tire gets worse and worse and worse, that it maybe drops down like a cliff, it's called. And that sometimes can come very sudden. It's good to know when this might happen. Yeah, Mr. Alonso. It also tells you there was a yellow flag. That's really, really good to know. But you can immediately see like Tsunoda is like a second slower than Gasly. So in terms of managing the team, it's immediately comes under pressure. But Gasly has like this big bonus of out of the first practice session. So let's see this. Gasly is coming to an end. He's getting still faster. Now we have like a slower lap here, 36.6. That's okay. Like I might want to change this. Slow down to 1 times speed. It's a little bit a little bit too often to my liking. Braking stability. I feel like this could be very good. Tire issue, you need tire compound with at least 15 laps of use. The thing is, he ran on the soft and that worked. Yeah, let's just go to like a 7 laps qualifying simulation. When do I get this? Until race session. So I get at least this one for racing. Q1, Q2, Q3, and that's Q3 maybe. Yeah, I still don't like the time allocation here. And Yuki is running. So it's 59 is his fastest. So I guess even copy. So he basically did 28. Okay, below 30%. It tells us to watch out. Well, let's be honest. Do you want you to drive and tell me how much slower they are? Okay, he comes in and he lost. So I guess we can calculate with what, how was it? 19 laps. I mean, that's I think that looks kind of fine. So let's give them like a short qualifying outing here without much pressure. Doesn't look like Tsunoda will be a big contender for Q3. Although Gasly might be a very well good contender to get into the points, big points. Like he's right there, to be honest. And also Tsunoda now with a little bit better time. Beating both McLaren so far. And we have what, 40%? No, there's no rain. That cannot be. That cannot be correct. Okay, time's up. Come on, fast, fast. Gasly P8, Tsunoda P11. Okay. P8 and P12. Yeah, I think that's okay. Performance bonus. I'm not so I'm not so confident with the numbers they tell me here. Like all of a sudden my bonus is back from 8 to like 3. Yeah. Here's the thing. What do we want to test out? Like I want to stay with, I want to have the medium here with Gasly for the race, definitely. He's probably gonna go on a 2-stop, soft medium. Why does question mark on drivers and step up confidence? I'm gonna check shortly. I'm gonna check. But first, let me decide if I like send out Gasly. Yeah, I guess you're gonna do this. Perfecting setup amounts to 9/15 of the max potential driver performance bonus. I don't know why it is. Maybe the thing is that maybe I gave them not enough laps with the setup, so they can really tell me. So you're gonna just do exactly this for 15 laps. Let's do 10. Let's do 15. On like usual stuff, and you are actually gonna go with the hard ones. Yeah, like I think he's missing some of the of he did not have enough laps to really make a prediction of the setup if he likes it or not. Yeah, everything is good. Let's just drive out. I mean, Tsunoda has an hour. I just sent him out for 35 laps, basically to find out how long the hard tires last. So we had like the soft on 18 maximum, so more like 17, 16 in race probably. We had the hard tire, the soft medium. Sorry, the yellow ones were probably done, probably closer to 25. Ja, sowas will ich hören. Very nice job. That's good to hear. Ah, Tsunoda. That's not good. We want to find out how long the tires last. Okay, car feels great. So I think they were both now very confident with their setup. I also think that's very, very important for the last part now, as we are coming closer and closer to qualifying. So Gasly, you will get maybe another run on the same tires, probably. Yeah. I want him to have this tire, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, you get another just 82%. they wanna like fiddle around with this stuff. When it says great here. I think that's okay. Is 82% a good? I don't know if that's good. It seems fine. I mean, that doesn't change much. And it seems to get the braking stability like a little bit better. Hopefully. Like everything else just changes so much that I don't want to fiddle around with it. You can get another qualifying run, 7 laps. But later, still have 35 minutes to go. That's a little bit too much to send him out just yet. How's Tsunoda doing? 60% while having run like basically half of his program. Yeah, it really depends where he will land in the end. If I send him, but I don't have medium tires for Tsunoda, so I'm basically I have to stick with the strategy right now. Where is he, by the way? He's like only in 17th, so it's not very quick. So you go out and you come in. And basically he's good for at least 30 laps. And you are 97, like that's a good number, definitely. 30, 15 performance bonus. Yes, yes, yes. Now I understand why I got less bonus before, because he was running on another. Like that's, come on. I get this one for race. Yeah. So let's just use this one, I guess. Let's just use the medium. He says he's now understeering. That's not what I want to hear. Tsunoda already really quick. So I think the setup fits Tsunoda a little bit better. And it wasn't too easy to get it right now. Yeah, call him in. If the tires are done, then the training is done, and yeah, that's okay. Now Tsunoda maybe can. Yeah, he could better the time. P8 for him. Bottas with a big time from our competitors. Like I don't care about Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. And that's the end of practice here in Bahrain. So I'm confident we could have a good race. But first we need a good. He gets only 4 out of 15. Like I really felt we went only back. One flying lap. Yep. Not much. Not much to do here. Yeah, radio is checked. We just need a clear track. That looks fine. Gasly. And Tsunoda. Automatic mode. Take manual control. That's something I don't really like. Because, yeah, the driver is in control. You can tell him what to do. But basically... And that's something I really like. You see how long a run takes. And you can time it accordingly. So, yeah, there's the point where you want to go out again. You're ninth. Let me just check the timing here. Yeah, I do it 2 times 1. It's a little bit fairer. For the AI car, the time doesn't stop for me as well. So let's see. Gasly is basically clear, I think. It's like 1.5 seconds. Tsunoda doesn't look too bad either. Well, I'm gonna give Tsunoda another run. And well, Gasly, at least the new tires. Like, yeah, in qualifying they're pushing. I don't have to tell them to push. Okay, that's like good. So, Tsunoda send out. Why can I not tell Gasly to go out? Well, anyway, we're through Q1 with... Oh, those are the final laps. Yeah, we weren't through, but we still went through. So Gasly P11, Tsunoda P14. Schumi is out, Vettel, Stroll, Albon, and Latifi. So basically the usual suspects. That's okay. Q2 was and he's 86% confidence. That's okay. Yuki, you probably want to use one more of them, of our already driven tires. Radio check. Check. Oh, Gasly hat direkt Ocon vor die Nase bekommen. That was happened. The Stroll, yeah. Also falling back to German while not talking. Yeah, Gasly was held up here. Like, that's not cool. New tires. Why do I have... maybe times 8 is a little bit better. I want to send them out now. In the coming seconds. Yeah, I don't think I'd rather have a clear lap here. Yeah, so much to having a clear lap. Was a little bit too early. I think it was okay for Tsunoda. Yeah, we don't have Tsunoda with 2 green times. Gasly with a horrible qualifying. Where's Yuki? He's P12. 1.4. But Gasly, yeah, 15th position, 4 seconds behind. I mean, that was terrible. That was terrible timing. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. I'm sorry. Yeah, but still we got both drivers in Q2, so that's, I think it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. So let's don't do it like the Ferrari guys and actually turn it around on the Saturday, on a Sunday. Yes, I wanted to read these reports. It's just, okay, it's just like competitive performance. Medium, slow, fast. Okay, it tells you what number it is calculating to. I think as far as I see, those numbers were basically right there where we found out. 20 for the mediums. I think hard were a little bit more than 26 laps. And they're not suggesting a one stop. They're not suggesting a one stop. So basically we both go for medium first. I think that's just do I wanna underfuel the car? Let's underfuel it like by half a lap. That should be okay. Now, strategy wise, none is good as well. How about medium with aggressive? Then we're gonna go to the medium somewhere here on neutral stuff, and then maybe we can run the harder, the softs in the end to a sprint finish. So like 20 laps should be fine. That gives us 18 on the faster paced to 38, and those, that's nearly 20 laps on the reds. That's too slow. That's too long. No, that's like, let's go 2022. That looks honestly quite good. Okay. Strategy D. And for Mr. Yuki Tsunoda, I mean, it's we're too slow in the end for the one stop. Yeah, that's just, it's not doable. But let's let him push, even to come in a little bit early, and then give him the reds in the end. I like this one. Okay, so those my strategies. Let's go. First race. So it looks like Leclerc on pole. And now we're coming to my specialty, commentating a race. Which shouldn't be too bad. So Tsunoda definitely with the surprise in qualifying. Gasly. Let's see what they can do in the race. And let's see how good the race simulation is, because obviously that never was really close to reality. It was in every manager, even in Motorsport Manager, the race simulation itself, how the guys were overtaking, how they were positioning, wasn't really well, let's say it like this. So our two guys directly behind one another. Tsunoda, I think, with a bad start now on the inside. And yeah, you can see like the AI is still, it looks a little bit shitty right over there. Schumacher overtakes Gasly. But Yuki all around the outside of Lando. No chance here. So bad start for our guys. Maybe let's just tell them to push. And that's something we might missed, to be honest. So I'm just see that my performance is really, really bad. Like all of the sudden. Which I can't really explain. Well, that sucks. That would suck to, like, turn off the stream right now. Well, as far as I'm aware, there's no one. I don't know how many of you guys are still here for the moment. Don't think very much, if any. Okay, so it looks a little bit laggy. Maybe I turn down the quality for the next one. Yeah, I don't know why we are getting dropped frames right now. Like quite a lot. Sorry for that. But I haven't changed a thing. Yeah, well, let's hope we will finish the race, and I already planned to end the stream at 10 p.m. So yeah, that's basically okay for the moment. So it doesn't seem to change if I watch the race in the map view or not, even though my graphics card is quite busy, but it's not hitting 100%. It's like an 80%, so it should be fine. But it's not, obviously. Yeah, I don't think it's my graphics card. Yeah, Tsunoda overtakes Norris. Very nice. Also Gasly just is leaving Schumacher behind. But still, yeah. Ricardo looks very slow here. But I think the simulation about where they overtake and how fast the cars are and how fast they can follow and everything, it looks quite good. And Tsunoda with the double overtake around the outside. Magnussen picks one position back. Like neutral, yeah. Don't need to use the ERS and this early on. Tsunoda 13th, Gasly 15th. We're really struggling with the McLarens here. Ricciardo overtaking Tsunoda. Okay, let's see if he can go with the counter-attack. Alonso. And still Magnussen kind of holding up everybody here. I think with a good start, maybe we could have had one car in front of this group. Like, can I turn down the settings here? Like, I don't care about processing usually. Like I said, I don't think it's like my graphics card is done with this game. Even though it has a high. Yeah, it's. When the game's looking exactly the same, to be honest. So obviously, what can we do? To be honest, I wanna hold them on attack. We have lost 20% after 7 laps, so for another 7 laps, there's another 20, would bring us down to 60, so we can go this pace for the first stint easy. Obviously, track evolution is basically done there, but that's like up to the drivers right now. Tsunoda next to Ricardo. Maybe with the overtake here. Looks not bad, but no nose behind. While Guan Yuzhou or the Alfa Romeos are very quick. P6, P5 and P8, that's more like I was hoping to achieve. But I think as long as nobody is overtaking Magnussen, we are pretty much done with this group. Yeah, obviously not much happening here. Let's just move the time a little bit quicker. Yeah, basically it's a fight for the drivers, nothing we can do. First stint round about lap 20. Obviously we can go for the undercut. Especially with Gasly, as he has the second. He has another set of yellow tires, mediums. Verstappen leads Leclerc, Sainz and Perez. And Bottas in front of Hamilton. I found that one of the most funniest things I think that happened this year. Yeah, if you're just joining us, sorry for the bad performance. Don't know why it just broke down altogether in the last minutes. But thankfully, F1-Manager, not the race, the game where you need like a big, like a big performance. And yes, Tsunoda is clear of both Ricciardo and Magnussen. So that's like now the big chance of him. Very good job. So let's see if he can open the gap. But also Ricciardo is through. But at least Magnussen should now like get left behind. And I think I might want to take out Tsunoda here. He's in pit window. Not perfectly in pit window. Yeah. But the reason I might... Okay, the McLarens are in. The McLarens are in. And Tsunoda is again behind Magnussen. So we, sadly, it seems like we weren't as fast as Magnussen. Well, I think at least Gasly should come closer again. And I'm just gonna stick to the pit window here because the McLarens already, they went in. Well, they have a clear track even though they are fighting maybe with each other. Okay. And we have the optimal pit stop here. Pit this lap. And we have Gasly. So we go along with the Reds in the end. Maybe with a big sprint finish, we should be fine. But also just completely go out. And you can also like completely go all out attack on the tires. So Tsunoda in pit, 2.8. And he stays ahead of both McLarens and Magnussen. Now that's really, really good. Obviously, you go to aggressive. Technically, you can go to standard. Because your job is, if anything, to hold those guys up now for your current middle stint. We have medium. That looks good. And like I said, just grill those tires. We have 40% left, so we can easily go for an aggressive second stint, I think. Feel pretty confident with that. We still have to save a little bit of fuel with Gasly. It's also like one lap. Even though I have no experience, I think saving 0.1 laps per lap usually isn't a problem. And Magnussen overtakes Tsunoda. That's... Yuki, that was not good. Gasly in P11 in the meantime. So the overcut actually worked, and we might even have a chance catching up to the group in front of us, including Ocon, Russell, Zhou and Alonso. Also the top four, like all back to back together. Hamilton now in front of Bottas. And I think Gasly is definitely gaining towards Ocon, Alonso, and Guan Yu Zhou. Let's see if we can even come together with Russell. So what do I say after like now nearly a race done? Or like half a race done? I think the simulation, like how the cars are handling, developing over a race, not too bad. Obviously the overcut was very, very good here so far, at least for us. Well, that was Albon. And Gasly now getting very close. Russell leads the group. Which might probably be a very well a good time to conserve a little bit of fuel here. Well, Yuki's basically on target. So let's just close the gap with Gasly here. Try and close the gap, which should be possible. Magnussen again in front of the McLarens. That's very good for us and for Tsunoda. No DNF so far. But I think Gasly is definitely there now. He even started to overtake. Gasly overtakes Ocon, yes. Oh, Sainz. So that's probably him out of the leading competition. Where's Tsunoda in terms of 4.5? So he comes closer. And Ocon is losing track position. Also Russell with a ran wide. So we're right there with Russell. But I think the overtake, the overcut was very, very good. So let's go with a crazy for Yuki because he has a lot of tire left. And we can even go on aggressive. And I go on aggressive for Pierre as well. Let's see if we might not, if we are maybe able to do better than 10th position. Get ahead of the group before the pit stops. So we just entered the pit window. Well, overtaking Alonso, nearly overtaking Alonso. And nearly getting overtaken by Guan Yu Zhou. So Norris already in pit. He's on. You should see the current tires. That would be like. He's on mediums. So Noda is. Okay. Is he out? Oh, he spun. But he's still in the race, okay? But that's gonna be now a very, very tough task to ask. So we are 16, 17 laps. Definitely coming close to the pit window for Gasly. Alonso in pit. And we just overtaken Russell. So let's just push very hard here. Deploy. Completely deploy your ERS. And now we're going to pit. And yeah, we can save a lot of fuels. A lot of fuel in one lap. So that shouldn't be a problem. Where's Gasly? Yeah. Also on the yellows. So Gasly also leaving Russell even a little bit behind, like nearly a 1 second. I'll come back to half a second, but we're still ahead. Now the pit stop. And where's Alonso? Alonso's behind. Okay, Alonso's behind. That's good. Like Tsunoda is obviously not gonna. We still want to go aggressive on the first few laps, even though we are on the reds, but we have opened the gap to the cars behind. Yeah, harvest. Just a little bit, and you can, I guess, deploy with a aggressive and balanced. Okay, and let's see. 13 laps to go. And it's looking good. 4 points for Pierre Gasly. Tsunoda probably out. Especially after the spin. But realistically, I think P11, elf in German, P11 would be a good result. And so we needed a DNF. We would have needed a DNF from someone to score points. Tsunoda fastest lap. Wow. Like, too bad there's no points to be had for that. 1 out of the top 10. Yeah. And Tsunoda now through 10 laps. Just deploy, to be honest. We are right behind Russell. Yeah, he overtook me. Our driver, he took... yeah, copy. Yeah, 0.2 minus is okay. Should be fine. We need the power against Russell. Yeah, Tsunoda is done. Yeah, just go on neutral here. And you go on neutral. Bring it home. Russell is obviously, yeah. A lot of overtaking maneuvers back and forth, back and forth. That's something which is maybe a little bit too, happens to a little bit too often. Hello, Robin. Good evening. In the last minutes here of the stream on the race. With bad performance, obviously. Sadly. But we're gonna make the best out of it. Can we beat George Russell? Can we beat the Mercedes here? Like Tsunoda, if he gets Norris and Magnussen, it would be a good finish after a bad race. But Gasly definitely with another good overtaking maneuver against Russell. 6 laps to go. I think you can attack now. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Russell in front again. Yeah, it's a back and forth between Russell and Gasly. No one can run away from the DRS. And next overtaking maneuver. With the immediate counter of Gasly. And now I think we just might have a little bit of a gap. Let's just deploy for this lap here. And we opened up to 2 seconds. That could be now the difference. Like that short burst after the mistake of Russell probably decides it here in the end. Fuel's getting low. Yeah. Completely aware. We are only 0.0. We're basically completely on target. Two more laps to go. I'm just gonna go with conserve on Tsunoda. And I'm gonna go with conserve on Gasly. I think 2.4 seconds should be enough to hold P7. And then it's only Bottas who did a better job with a comparable car. But I also hope that, while Leclerc is winning, I also hope that the Sauber is, like we see it in real life over the course of the seasons, the financial and everything else, the aspects around the sport, they are not very... It's not a good season for Sauber. From the first few races to where they are standing now, you can really see that it went a little bit downhill. So might not it have been as many updates as the other cars. I know they were very light. They had a very light car. I think they were the only car which was at the weight limit, which is something unheard of before, where usually every car is just right there at and under the weight limit. And yeah, that's definitely gonna be a P7 from Gasly, even with the race end. And Gasly P7 with Tsunoda. Still fastest lap for Tsunoda. I think that's a small success, even though it doesn't really change much. No points. But back to the Saubers, to the Alfa Romeos. What I wanted to say is, I think